Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to my channel, Joy to the World. I am your reader, Melissa Joy. And I'm telling you, you already spit out your tea leaves. And it's like Cancer, and you're like, don't look down. I'm like, fine, okay. So I began to shuffle and get my other deck prepared, and a little chunk was pushing its way forward. And it's like, take a look, take a look, take a look. And I said, how about I look at the two that created the exchange? And there was Death and the Four of Pentacles. And it's talking about doing away with holding on to things. Holding on to stuff that has served its time, it's due in its space. Okay, Cancer, let's split and look. We have career and broom, new home and new attitude. Sprucing up the place. When you change your mind, you change your attitude. When you change your energy, you change your income. And I love it because you're making space, making place, making room for your wealth and income to flourish and thrive. Because you've cleaned out some of the old raw debris and bric-a-brac. Now what's wild is there's a card coming in November. Wow. Being able to see what this was all for, what it was all about, meaning you start having the first fruits. We could think of November as a cold month, but it's also the time when we sit back and enjoy the harvest where everything has been gathered in. There's that Two of Swords showing up again, the Ten of Cups, and the Five of Wands at the bottom of the Tower. This is something being out of place, that is what is causing the issue. So with the broom, new home, new attitude, we have the Ten of Cups, that play reigns supreme. Play reigns supreme, and it does away with that death tone, that death tune, that death node of the old Pluto being like launching like a hurricane up on Saturn. They've been doing this thing, like say you're someone whose heart is beating and your chest is breathing. Dog walker with some little pups. And someone decides to start doing CPR compressions on your chest in the midst of that. That's chaos. That's chaos, and it's totally unnecessary. So doing away with the unnecessary, cleaning it out, and making sure that if there is an action that you're taking, there's a reason that you're taking it. Not some old evidence, old whatever. No, it's something that what? Bears fruit, prospers, adds, is part of the plan. Instead of just, well, why don't we just throw this in? Well, why don't we just this and that? No, we're not anymore. Doing away with jellyfish right now. Okay, friend? So we've got the Two of Swords over here with the career, and they're talking about, it's like a merging of the two. More than a one or the other. More than a one or the other. Like this is called a beta, and beta is usually the test mode. So starting out to find out, like writing your rough draft. But you have to write your rough draft as if you're writing your final draft. And it is what exposes what your final draft actually is. It's like the husk or the shell of the seed breaking away so that the true life comes forward in blossoming abundance. You know that desk ain't huge, so it doesn't mean that you have to work all day, every day to have your dreams come true. And it also does not mean your dreams are small. It means they're beginning. You're in this stage, this testing phase. That's what beta is. And you're learning and you're feeling it out, and you're able to adapt and adjust as you move, as opposed to trying to create these walls and these forms and making things fit in it, because assuming because it succeeded once that way that it's going to again. Maybe there's more discovering about the nature of who you are and how you operate, as opposed to the systems and how they operate. Okay. Well, we can think of this as that harvest moon rising there. That when the evenings become longer and we have more time to nurture and to nourish and to cozy in, the clock seems to slow down. Embrace that time, my friend. Embrace that time and watch what happens. We have the Five of Wands waking up here. This is called a sea dragon. It's interesting. It's the first time I've ever seen it anywhere other than on the shores. I remember finding it, and I even found a couple of them. Found one in a couple of my drawings as I was going through them the other day, going, when are we going to start, Joy? Why is this here? It's like, well, let's just refresh it. Let's just look at it. You know, let's pray for our energy to return so we can get back to creating those prayer cards, the things that like meditation cards for people's altars, altar cards that alter your life, right? And that's what this is doing here, is taking the helm, taking the torch and leading the way to altering, to making the difference. And so it's talking between now and November, whenever you show up, friend. Now in November. And that's a decent amount of time, almost like it's talking about this next season. What's going to be the flavor of this next season? Warm and toasty? moving forward, having all your senses heighten and enliven all around you. Look at that. Rather than trying to do the systems and the forms and the things that other people do and structuring your calendar and your clock and all of that, I'm not telling you to dismiss those. I'm telling you that's not all there is. Begin to clear that away and tune into your senses, and then you'll be free to move about. You'll be luck dragon like in the Never-Ending Story. Instead of just this, you're feeling right here, you're able to do all this and all around and experience your environment. You ever watch young children when they play and they're rolling all this way and that? They're having a good time. There's nothing wrong with them. In fact, that's how they keep themselves so fresh, like the fountain of youth. So this is that revitalization coming through for you. So keep an eye out for that, friend. I'm excited to have taken a look at this with you, Cancer. Pardon me as I get comfortable. So if you were comfortable here, subscribe to my channel. And if you'd also do me a favor and tap that like button before you head on out. I look forward to chatting with you in the comments down below. Bye, Cancer.